a little bit different this evening. So come to sit cross-legged. Find your comfortable seated position. So we're going to do our usual vinyasa flow, but then we're going to bring in something called yin yoga. You might have heard of yin yoga. You might also have heard of restorative yoga. So it would be handy if you had a blanket or a cushion. It doesn't have to be anything fancy. And if you haven't got anything to hand, don't worry about rushing off to find it. But if you are in your lounge or your bedroom and you've got something that you could just have it nearby at the end of your mat. I'm going to bring these cushions over for me to use. Right, so yin yoga is holding poses for quite a long sort of extended amount of time, like a few minutes in each one. It's really nice. It just really helps to sort of slowly and deeply open up the muscles and gives us an opportunity just to slow down. I'm feeling that we all really need that now. I feel that we really need to conserve our energy and just slow and try to get into, as we know this is going to go on now, at least another 3 weeks, just like this. And who knows what after that, it's going to be a gradual process to get back to, probably won't be normal, be something else. This is normal now. We'll see what the next normal will be. But yeah, we need to learn to go slow if we haven't already, you know, trying to sort of really make the most of this as well, and to conserve energy and to feel the body gets the chance to sort of really delve deep into some deep healing. That's what yin is all about. So we'll begin as usual with our flow. We'll get the heart pumping a little bit and then we'll slow right down. So come to sit and bring the hands together at the heart and just close the eyes. Start to find your breath. Long, slow, deep inhale. Long, slow, deep exhale. Good. Just a few more of those slow, deep breaths. Wonderful. So just let everything focus down into your body now, into the floor. Being aware of any sensations that you feel in your body, any tension, any tightness, any aches or pains, any emotion, pleasant or unpleasant, just feeling it all. Be aware of what's happening in your mind. What kind of thoughts are you having? Catch the thought that you're having right now. Where was it taking you? Where were you off to? And just acknowledging any stress, any anxiety that you're feeling now, whether it's subtle and you're not quite sure where it's coming from. Sometimes we have that just not quite sure, that sort of unsettled, not quite right, but not exactly that wrong either, that kind of feeling. Just see what's happening, or it might be blatantly obvious. Something might be screaming at you tonight. Stress, fear, worry, concern, uncertainty. So just acknowledging everything that's happening on all those levels. We are, as beings, on so many levels: physical, emotional, mental, spiritual, ethereal. And if it all just feels like a jumble in there and you're not really sure what's going on, that's fine too. Just acknowledge that. Just say to yourself, I don't really know how I'm feeling today, and that's fine. And we're going to tune in with our one chant of Om. We're going to do it a little bit differently. We're going to take one long chant of Om. We're then going to take one long chant of Ma. Ma is the same. Ma. Ma means mother. It means earth. It's a very, very healing mantra. It's a really beautiful, healing, grounding mantra. So we'll do one chant of Om, one chant of Ma. So take a deep breath in for Om, and then we'll do a deep breath in for Ma. Inhale. Om. Ma. And you can either just leave your hands where they are, pushed together at the heart, or you could bring the hands down into your lap. If you're bringing them down, bring the right hand down first, palm up, left hand on top, palm is up. Finding your breath here. If the palms have come down, just rest the thumbs together. It's fine to leave the hands at the heart as well if you'd rather. And now that we've become aware of the body on all those different levels, that jumble of feelings and emotions and tensions, pleasant, unpleasant, okay, not okay. Just recognizing how the way that we think and the way that we feel affects our body physically. It's good to remember and to know that what we think really does have an effect on the systems of the body. And if, as a lot of us are, perhaps a little bit too much of the time at the moment, stressed or worried or fearful about our situation and the challenges we're facing, that really does have a very detrimental effect on the body. Now, we don't want to beat ourselves up for feeling those things, but it's important to recognize that we need an antidote. We need a way out of that constant, continuous feeling of being an emergency, being on alert, or being stressed or scared in some way, even low level. Because that starts to shut down some of the systems in our body. It down regulates and suppresses the skin, the digestion, and perhaps most importantly right now, our immune system gets suppressed when we're stressed. It's simply because when we're running away or fighting lions or tigers, which is what that stress response is there for, we don't need those systems. We don't need our immune system, our digestion, our skin. So they can be suppressed to encourage the other systems, like the blood flows needed, obviously, oxygen's needed, the respiratory system's needed. So what we need to do is just to try to make sure that a few times a day we're coming to the breath, we're calming down, we're replacing negative thoughts with positive, and we're practicing the sort of energies of gratitude and appreciation, hope, trust, faith. So just meditating on this now as you sit and as you breathe. And just being aware of self-care is what we want to be thinking of today. Self-care through the mind, through the thoughts that we're having, the thoughts that we're creating. So we're going to move into a pranayama, and as you do, just keep catching those thoughts. Just keep being aware of the thoughts as they come and they go. So you've got your hands in your lap now. Bring the hands down if you didn't have them there already. Right hand, palm up, left hand on top, palm up, thumbs just touch. We're going to inhale to slowly lift the hands up through the energy centers, past the heart to Vishuddha at the throat. We're then going to turn the hands down and exhale. Turn the palms up and inhale slowly up through the energy centers to the throat. Turn the hands down and exhale. Catch the thoughts. What thought were you having? Catch it. Keep moving the hands, inhaling up. Exhaling down. Making a decision about whether those thoughts that you're having are good for you and your health physically, or bad for you and your health. Keep moving the hands slowly up, slowly down. Take one more of these, and as you inhale, see if you can focus on filling the lungs to full capacity by the time you reach the throat. And the same as you move the hands down, see if you can release all the air from the lungs as you exhale. Now we're going to change it slightly. We're going to inhale, turn the palms up, draw the hands back up to the throat, and then open the hands out. So we're moving up into our energy centers around the head. So we're bending at the elbows, taking the arms out wide, fingertips up towards the ceiling, palms straight ahead, and then exhale, lower. Left hand lowers first, right hand on top. Push all the way back down to your base. Turn the hands up, inhale. And turn the hands down, exhale. Let's do that twice more. Just find your rhythm, find your pace. In your own time. Last one. Reaching out, reach into your fingers, squeeze the shoulder blades together a little bit, and then exhale, slowly come down. Good. Now pushing the hands back down, turn the palms up, and just soften and relax. Let the fingertips rest into your calves or shins or feet. Keep the eyes closed. Feel that you can lift up through the spine a little bit. Squeeze the shoulder blades together slightly. And then open your eyes, blink your eyes open and reach your hands. Bring your hands into your heart. And then reach them forwards. Push the hands forwards. And then stretch your fingers and give them a wiggle. And then bring the hands on an inhale back into your heart. As you exhale, take the hands out wide. Stretch, 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 and give the hands a wiggle. Give the fingers a wiggle. This will be good if you've been working on a laptop today, on a computer today. Bring the hands back in as you inhale. And then exhale, lift the hands all the way up and give them a wiggle. And a circle. Circle out your wrist as you reach the arms up. So you're feeling a little bit of a burn in the shoulder blades. That's good though. That's going to burn off some of that energy that we've got stuck in the shoulder. Start to rotate the hands the other way. And then bring your hands down to your heart. And keeping the palms together, we're going to push the hands down. So keep the hands together so you start to really feel that in the forearms. So the hands are going a little bit low, but the wrists, the lower palms still pushing. Bring the hands up and then turn the hands around. So the palms away, the backs of the hands have turned in, and then push the backs of the hands in, fingertips down to the floor and squeeze. That's really nice to open up the wrists and forearms. Go the other way. So just rotate the hands around, palms touch and push down. Come back and push the palms in. So just do that a couple more times, just obviously doing it at a pace and a level that's right for you. If you've got any sort of like arthritis problems or anything like that, you might, it would be good, but just be a little bit careful. Let's do that one more time. Take it down. Good. And then release out and give the hands a really good shake. Let that work up your arms and into your shoulders a little bit as well. The whole body, in fact. Let the hips and the legs, everything has a bit of a shake. Good. And then bring the hands down to your sides. Push into your fingertips. Squeeze the shoulder blades. Lift the chin slightly. Close your eyes. And then inhale, lift the arms up again. In line with the ears. And exhale, we'll twist to the right. So keep this same lift up through your spine as you bring the hands down. So feel like as you bring your hands from upright to down, you're not leaning back into it. The lower part of the body really isn't moving in any way other than to twist. So really try to connect to that feeling as you take the right hand behind, left hand onto your knee, twist the head around, draw your belly in and feel this twist under your ribs. And then inhale, lift the arms up and around to the left. Again, so the body's not moving, the spine isn't moving, it's staying upright all the way into the crown. There's just this lovely twist as you turn. To hold, draw the belly in. And then inhale, lift the arms up. And come over to your right, bring the right hand over. Left arm's coming over in line with the ear and then sweep it forwards. You could almost skim the floor and all the way back. See if you can follow the thumb with your gaze and just find a rhythm with the breath that's working for you. Next time you inhale to bring that arm up, let's take it all the way back round. So you're getting full range of motion, deep rotation into that shoulder socket. Next time the arm comes up, lift it back in line with the ear. Now see if the little finger will go down to the floor. So rather than just palm down, see if you can rotate that arm a little bit so the little finger's going down. That might feel too strong, so don't worry. Some of you here will be able to come onto the right forearm. Some of you will be able to look up, belly's drawn in, feeling a stretch all the way from your left sit bone up through the left side into the left fingertips. And then inhale, pushing up. And exhale, coming over to the left. Left hand comes down, right arm comes over, and then find that deep rotation slowly. Again, you could look to the thumb with the gaze. One more this way. And then next time you lift the arm up, start to go the other way. Really deep breaths and full range of motion just to release that out. It's not just the shoulder, you're going to feel that up the side body as well. Next time the arm comes up in line with the ear, we'll keep it there. Little fingers trying to turn to the floor. So that's quite a deeper rotation through the arm. And then maybe you'll come onto the left forearm. Perhaps you'll turn the head to look up and breathe. And then inhale to come all the way up. And exhale, take the hands behind you now. So the fingers are forwards. We're going to lean back. So you're going to go right back, bending the elbows, and then push into your hands to open up the heart, squeeze the shoulder blades, and let the head drop back. Hold it there. And then relax all the way back down into the elbows. Come all the way back up on the inhale. And then we'll fold on the exhale forwards. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Deeper, deeper, deeper. Forehead down. And then gently walk your hands all the way back up again, and come round onto all fours. So come round, make sure you're lined up with your wrists below your shoulders and your knees below your hips. Spread your fingers nice and wide, have a little bit of a sway. Draw the belly in and up. And then center yourself to inhale, look up. And exhale to tuck under. Inhale to look up. And slowly exhale to tuck under. Inhale, look up. As you exhale, sink back over your right heel. And then sway over to your left heel. Inhale, come forwards, take the weight into your left hand and then over into your right hand. Exhaling back. Inhaling forwards. Exhaling back. Inhale. Exhale. In. And out. Start to go the other way. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. One more this way. In. And exhale all the way back onto the heels. Now keep the hands reaching forwards as you bring your forehead down to the mat. And then we're going to inhale through all fours. If you took the knees a bit wider there to go to child's, bring them back to the hip width apart. We're going to inhale forwards to a little up dog. So you don't have to go as low as this if your back's not good. You could just sink a little way, but see if you can sink, shoulders back, arms stay straight. Exhale, back to child's pose, forehead to the mat. Inhale, coming forwards. Just go as far as you can. Maybe you can sink the hips all the way and it will just be your knees and your feet on the floor. Exhaling back. Inhale, coming forward. Spread the fingers, push down into the whole of the hands. Exhale. Now, those of you that want to take another step, you're going to inhale, come forwards and lift the knees so you're just on the top of the feet. And lower the knees to exhale back. Inhale, lift the knees a little. Exhale, sinking back. Let's do that one more time. Inhale, coming forwards, perhaps lifting the knees. And exhale, slowly all the way back. Bring the hands either side of your ears, push into your fingertips, curling up, tuck the chin in, and lift the head up last. Bring the hands onto the knees and glide them up through the thighs. Roll the shoulders back. And then reach your arms out. And again, just have a little roll out with your wrists. After those up dogs, there's going to be a little bit of movement needed there just to release that out. And then bring your hands back down, all fours. Tuck the toes under. We're going to go back into down facing dog. So go back, but keep the knees quite bent. So the knees are quite bent as you sink back. So you're sort of pushing your belly back onto your thighs. And there's some real length from the hands all the way up through the arms. Feel like you're pushing your tailbone back, really lengthening through the spine. And then as you inhale, start to straighten the legs. They might not fully straighten and sink into the heels. As you exhale, bend the knees and push back. Inhale, straighten as much as you can. Maybe sink the heels down, but just whatever you can do, whatever you can manage. Exhale, sinking back. Take that one more time. Inhale. And exhale. And then as you sink, bring the knees back down to the floor, all the way back into child's pose, forehead to the mat. Keep the hands reaching forwards. And then we're going to do a little twist here. So we're going to look up and take your left hand. Your left hand, palm is up. You're going to push that left arm through and under the right armpit, all the way. You're going to bring the side of the head down. So side of the head. So you're looking through to your left thumb, and that becomes a really nice twist for the shoulders, releasing out. Wonderful. Just let yourself go here. And then push and take a deep breath to come back and take the left arm back where you started, and then lift the right and thread it through. Bring the side of the head down. Gazing to your right thumb, maybe push it through a little bit more so you're really feeling that stretch across the shoulder blades. Let the side of the head sink down. Deep breaths. And then bring that hand all the way back and stretch it out in front. Good. Now we're going to come to all fours. We're going to tuck the toes under, down facing dog. Walk your hands back towards your feet. So take a little hand step all the way back. Now you've got your feet a little bit further apart than usual. That's good. Feel that you're drawing up through the inner arches of your feet, rolling away from your big toes, but toes are all grounding down really nice and deep. Let the head drop. Try and look back between the knees and then cross your arms at your elbows. So wherever you come to, even if you're a little bit more upright or the knees could be bent, just cross the arms at the elbows and hang loose a little here. Have a little sway and some deep breaths. And then let the hands dangle back down. Bend the knees nice and deep. And inhale, slowly coming up. Bring the hands together, look to your thumbs. And as you exhale, you're going to sink back and bring your elbows onto your thighs into a little squat. So it's like a little mini squat here. So ground into your feet, really waking up the tops of the legs, draw the belly in. And then push down to inhale, come up again, lift, bring the palms together. And exhale, come down again into that little half squat. So you're resting your elbows, deep breaths. And again, we're going to need a good push. So draw the belly in and a deep breath to inhale, come all the way up. And then exhale, come right down into a full squat if you can. If you're not sure you can, just do the same again, but if you can, come right down low. So you've brought your arms, your elbows to the inside of your knees. Your feet could be flat on the floor, or you could be on your toes. Everyone's different in this pose. Don't worry too much. Malasana, garland pose. If you feel like you're going to fall back, just take your weight forwards a little bit. Push the palms together, and as you do that, feel that you're pushing your knees out to the sides. Draw the belly in and pull up Mula Bandha. That's the pelvic floor muscles. Good. And then from there, just lower the hands and push back into a forward fold. If your feet went out a little bit, mine went a little bit wide, just bring them back in and lower yourself down. From there, we're going to inhale to look up halfway, and we're going to hand step back all the way into plank. So just keep going until your shoulders are above your wrists. You're drawing your belly in, shoulders down, pushing into your heels. Take a deep breath in, and then lower the knees. And come down onto your forearms. So we're coming down into a sphinx. So you've got your forearms on the floor, looking straight ahead. Walk back a little way, so you're onto your thighs. Sink the shoulders back and down. Close the eyes and take a couple of nice, really deep breaths here and really feel this into your lower back. Just warming up and energizing the spine. Take an inhale and exhale. Bring yourself down, chin to the floor. Bring the hands back so they're in line under your shoulders. Ground down into your thighs. Really feel your legs are active. Shoulders down, elbows in. Inhale, baby cobra. So we've barely lifted. We've just lifted the chest. Don't go anywhere near lifting to the navel. Exhale, lower. Chin or nose to the mat. Inhale, come up. Exhale. Inhale, come up, little way. Exhale. Inhale, push up, maybe a little bit higher, perhaps to the base of the ribs, the navel, or you might lift all the way up. Lift the chin slightly. And then we're going to tuck the toes under, back through all fours, or straight back into a down-facing dog. From here, inhale, lift your right leg high. And exhale, swing it forwards between the hands. Remember, you've got that opportunity to grab it and yank it. You want the knee, the right knee, arriving above the ankle or heel. Lower your left knee down if you want to take it more gently, okay? But this is a beginner's level, so some of you will want to do that, and that's good. If you've joined the class and you're not a beginner, then you might want to keep your knee up. Good, so we're going to ground into that right foot, look up, draw the belly in, wherever you are. We're going to inhale, lift the arms. Bringing the palms together. Exhale, bring the hands down to the heart. We're then going to swivel into a twist, so it's really important to get this the right way round. You've got your right leg forwards, it's your left elbow. So left elbow is going to right knee to turn to look over the right shoulder. Those of you that have joined and know the extension to this one, I'm not gonna demonstrate it. If you know it, then you could take your left hand to the floor, right arm lifts. But I'm not gonna frustrate anyone with any more difficult poses this evening. So whether your left knee is down or lifted, you're gonna sink that right hip down. See if you can lower a little bit more here. And then think about the transition out of this before we do it. So we're going to think about that inhale and bring the hands to center at the heart before we do it. And then we're going to inhale, centering, exhale, hands to the mat. Now you've got two choices. You're going to go back to a down dog or a three-legged. So you can lift the right leg high if you want to. So you're going to inhale, swing it up, or just lower it back next to the left foot. And then exhale, bring that right leg back down next to your left into down dog. Good. And then we're going to inhale, take the left leg high. And exhale, swing it through back between the palms. Again, you want to make sure that left knee arrives above your ankle or heel. So adjust it if you need. Push back into that right leg, keep it up and strong, or lower the right knee down to really take the pressure out of this and be able to enjoy the pose to its fullest. Okay, so you're going to inhale, push into that left foot to come up. Palms touch. Exhale, bring the hands down to the heart. So again, we want to make sure we're going the right way. So it's right elbow this time, left knee to look over your left shoulder. Palms stay together, trying to rotate the heart round. Sink that left hip a little bit lower. Keep the gaze fixed behind you. Belly's working strong, breath is strong and deep. And then again, think of that transition that we're going to take to come to center as you inhale. And exhale. And then again, you're going to step back, either just straight back to a down dog, or inhale, left leg goes high.
And then exhale, bringing it down, down facing dog. So there's going to be a few choices now. Some of you will want to lower to child. So come down, take a child's pose now. Some of you will want to stay in your down dog and enjoy the stretch. Some of you will want to join me in a vinyasa. So if you're going to do the vinyasa, we'll take a deep breath in. Exhale forwards to plank and lower to the mat. Inhale, come up to cobra. And then exhale back to down facing dog. Gazing back between the knees. Deep breaths. Wonderful. So if you went down to child, come back up and join us again in down dog here. Good. Now I'm going to turn around so I'm going the right way so we don't get confused with our lefts and rights because I'm the other way around. So we're going to inhale, lift the right leg high. Exhale, swing it through once again. This time, lower the left heel down. Look up. Inhale, come up to warrior one. And exhale, sink nice and deep. So you're into your right foot's forwards, left foot is back. Deep inhale. And open out to warrior two. Turn the right palm up, inhale, back to peaceful. And exhale, forearm to knee, left arm comes over. Inhale, come back, this time straighten your right leg. Keep the right leg straight as you exhale, reach out and come down to Trikonasana. Push into your feet, inhale, come all the way back up. And exhale to come over. Once more, inhale, slowly coming up. And as you exhale, come down to Trikonasana. Now bring your left arm down with you. Windmill it down to the floor. Swivel, lift that left heel, bend into that right knee. Step back, down facing dog. Inhale, take the left leg high. And exhale, swing it through. Lower your right heel down. Inhale, come up, warrior one. So left foot's forwards, right foot's back, square the hips to the front of the mat. Exhale, Virabhadrasana 2. Arms go wide, looking beyond your left middle finger. Keep this left knee rolling out to your little toe side of your foot. Tailbone tucks in. Draw up through the belly. Turn the left palm up. Inhale, peaceful warrior. Exhale, forearm to knee. Right arm comes over. Inhale, come up, straighten your left leg. And keep it straight as you exhale, windmill, Trikonasana. Inhale to come up. And exhale to come over. Inhale to come up. And exhale, slowly coming over. Last one, push into the feet, ground to inhale and come up. And then exhale, coming over. And we'll bring the right hand down to meet the left. Both hands go either side of the left foot. Bend the left knee, swivel the right heel. 3 choices again. Step back, take Balasana, child's pose. Step back, hold down facing dog. Or spread your fingers, come firmly on the mat. Take that left foot back to plank. Inhale. Exhale, lower. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, back onto your knees. Let's all go back down into a child. So take the knees wider and sink forwards, bringing the forehead down to the mat. And just hold here for a couple of breaths.
Wonderful. So from here, we're going to glide back onto our bellies. So glide yourself down. Let's start in Sphinx. So we've got the hands straight out. Have the feet about hip width. You might want to just wiggle back in. Hands are hip width apart. You could close the eyes and just be softly in this Sphinx for the duration of this. Slowing it down now. We're slowing it into a more yin feel. So we're going to be holding. So you could stay here. And if you've got any back issues or you're just feeling like you need to be really slow and gentle with yourself today, you're going to stay here. Those of you that think you might want to go a little bit deeper, I want you to come into a pose called seal. So what we're going to do is we're going to lift up, arms are straight. We're going to take the hands out to the sides of the mat, top corners, palms, fingertips turn out. So you can see why it's called the seal. Your shoulders are down, so you don't end up like this. Don't end up all ears and shoulders way down. Opening up the arms, so you don't want to sort of overextend, but just feel that you're squeezing your shoulder blades together, grounding down into the pelvis, the thighs, the tops of the feet, and look up a little way. Stretch out through your throat to hold. Deep breaths. And if this ever starts to feel too strong, you could drop back down into your Sphinx. But if you're okay, you're going to hold it here and close the eyes maybe as well. And just breathe into whatever's happening in your body now. And whichever pose you're in, just really feeling that strength in your body. Yoga's wonderful because it teaches us so much about what we're capable of. When we begin practicing yoga, we think, oh, I'm never going to be able to do this. And then things start to change. I had a lovely email from a lady this week who'd found she was able to do something that 2 weeks ago she hadn't been able to do. And it is a lovely, fulfilling feeling. It's very satisfying. And it's a lesson in itself that, you know, things can change. We can open up, we can release, we can get strong. So we're just going to be here another few breaths. And then we'll lower down. If you went up, lower onto your elbows. And then just bring one hand on top of the other. And don't turn the head to one side. Bring the forehead down onto the hands to rest and breathe. Good. And then from there, bring the hands either side of the ears. Come up to a little cobra. And then very slowly back to an all fours. And just hold all fours for a moment. Don't start to move anywhere too quick. Just hold with a flat back. Just let that neutralize. And then we'll slowly inhale to take the tailbone high and look up. And slowly exhale to tuck under. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. And from there, come back into Another child's pose, slowly expanding out and stretching the spine, bringing the forehead down, and just rest there. You might want to bring the hands around now by your feet, by your ankles. Palms could be up to hold. Good. Now the next yin pose that we're going to do, I'm just going to do a little bit of a stretch just to open up a little bit. So come to sit with your legs out in front of you. And bring your right foot in and take it out to the side. And bring your hands onto your thighs. Take a deep breath in. And we're going to just glide down that left leg into a fold. Just breathing into that stretch. And then slowly, as you inhale, come back up. Now, if you can, stretch it out a little bit more by bringing that right foot up onto your left thigh. If that's not happening, don't worry, just do the same pose again, okay? So we're going to bring the hands to the top of the thigh, draw the left toes back, inhale, and exhale. So that starts to get pretty deep in the hip. And then slowly inhale to come up. Now, see if it's possible to lift this leg up a little bit. You're going to take the right foot in the left hand, and the right knee is going to hold, the right hand's going to hold the right knee. So you've got knee, hand, foot, hand. Lift up. So this might not feel accessible for everyone, so just do what you can. And then we're just going to have a little swing with that foot and knee out to the side and over. See if the foot will touch the floor. You can feel how deep you're getting into your hip here. We'll just do one more. And then come back and lengthen the leg out and give it a little wiggle and a shake. And then the left foot's coming into the right thigh. Inhale, bring the hands onto the thigh. And slowly exhale to slide forwards again. Breathe, breathe, breathe into the lower back. Maybe a few sighs. And then as you inhale, slide the hands back up. And then bring that left foot onto the thigh if you can. Otherwise, just do the same pose again. Inhale, hands onto the leg. Exhale, slide forwards. Oh, it's about finding a spot on the leg that doesn't kill having that foot on it. You can always pop something under the foot, like a cushion or a blanket or a t-shirt. So we're just going into this quite gently. And then gently come back up. Now take the left foot in your right hand now. And the left knee, left hand come together. So you're lifting this foot up. Just do what you can. And again, we'll take it out to the side a little way and then over. Foot comes to the floor if you can. Good. Couple more of those. Getting really deep into the hip. Wonderful. And from there, come back round onto all fours. Now, we're gonna go into a pigeon, okay? If pigeon's not for you, you're gonna come onto your back and you'll go, I'll show you actually. You're gonna come onto your back And you're going to take your right foot onto your left knee like this. You'll then lift the left foot up, right hand foot goes through the hole, grab behind the left thigh, and then swap left foot and grab behind the right thigh. Okay, but if you can, coming to a pigeon. So we're all on all fours. We're going to step the right foot forwards between the hands. Walk the right foot over so it's going behind your left wrist. And then the right knee comes down behind the right hand, okay? Right foot stays flexed. Stay on the top of the left kneecap, okay? And walk back and go as low down as you can. Don't sink over into this right hip, so you don't want to end up over here. If you're way out, don't worry. If it feels too much, just come down onto your back. Do that other pose, right foot on left knee. So you can stay here, hands can come to the floor, or you're going to gently, slowly come into a little sleeping pigeon or swan, as it's called as well. In yin yoga, it's called a swan. So we're going to maybe make a pillow with the hands. It could be double fist. You could bring the forehead onto the fist, or you're going to bring the forehead down onto the hands, or you're going to bring the forehead right down to the floor. Wherever you come to, just holding there and breathing deep. This is a very deep stretch. Anytime you need to come out, just do. Don't wait for me to guide you there. If you need to, if your body's telling you that's enough, then listen. If you need to swap it into that pose on your back, then do. And just a few more breaths here. In yin yoga, you would hold a pose like this for maybe 5 minutes each side. We're not going to go quite that deep because we would have needed to spend the whole class. We could do that sometime though. We could do a whole class of yin if you'd like to. So we're going to ease out of this one by coming back onto the elbows first, and then one hand at a time up onto the hands, and then very gently come to all fours. Have a little swivel side to side. Some of you might want to take a down dog. It's not essential, just see what the body wants, whether it wants that down dog stretch or if it's happy just with a little all four stretch. From there, we're going to bring the left foot forwards between the hands. And then walk the left foot behind the right hand. Those of you on your back, swap round, left foot on the right knee. Those of you in the pigeon, left knee behind the left hand, walking back. So you're on your right kneecap, sinking nice and deep, flex the feet. Wonderful. And you could stay here in this sort of more upright pigeon, or swan's a bit more elegant, isn't it? Let's be swans. We're going to come down into a sleeping swan, like ballerinas. Come down onto your forearm. Don't worry if that's not what's happening in your house. Come onto maybe fists or down into the hands. And again, just breathe into this one. Listen to your body. Is it okay here? Does it want to go onto the back instead? See what happens when you breathe into the stretch. And try to sort of really transmute that deep stretch into something really juicy and sweet and good. And as you lie here now, just catch your thoughts. Where have your thoughts gone? Where have they been going? Have you been here, or have your thoughts been wandering? And just take time to notice what happens to us physically when we think negatively and we're stressed, and what happens to us when we think positively. When we take time to meditate, to be quiet, to take walks, to breathe, all these antidotes that we have to stress and fear. And just a couple more breaths here. And then slowly, if you went down, come onto your forearms or come onto your hands to come up. And then just finding all fours again. So come onto your knees. Have another little stretch side to side again. If you want to take a down dog, please do. Good. So we're going to come into another stretch. So come onto your left side, so that you can see me. So you're lying on your left side with your hand supporting your head. Okay. So you've got your right leg on top, left leg under. So what we're going to do is you're going to stretch your right leg out. So it's kind of going to a right angle. If you need to, bend the knee. If that feels much too strong, just bend the knee and let that be really gentle, okay? You're then going to bend your left foot back. Take your right hand and see if you can find your left foot or ankle. Okay, you're then going to pull that foot in until you start to feel a stretch. What we want to be finding here is a stretch in the top of the thigh. Okay, so just pull that foot in. If you can't reach the foot, don't worry. It will just be a twist rather than a thigh stretch. But if you can, pull that foot in and feel it in your left quad, super strong. And then you've got two options. You can stay here with your left hand supporting your head, or you're going to drop it back into a twist. So you're going to come to lie on your back, keeping the right leg where it is. So it's a deep twist, keeping hold of the left foot. The left hand can then just rest out to the side. The head can stay square. Brilliant. So we're just going to hold this. If you didn't manage to catch the foot, don't worry. You'll just be in a twist that will still be really beneficial for you. Sink, lower, release, relax. Deep breaths. Couple more breaths here. And then release that foot. And come back onto your side. And then go the other way. So roll over to the other side, or change to the end of the other end of the mat to come onto your right side. So your left leg's now on top. Extend your left leg out in front of you. Draw the toes back. Again, if you need to, you can bend the knee. And then bring the right foot back and take hold of the right foot with the left hand. So left hand's going back to take hold of that foot. So you're going to feel this again. You're trying to feel this in the front of that right quad. Good. So again, you can bend this knee. It can be much, much lighter. You don't have to be holding the foot. It's still going to be a really beneficial twist. And then you've got the option to stay as you are, resting on the hand, or you're going to gently lower yourself back into the twist, taking the right arm out to the floor and look up and just feel this twist and deep stretch in your thigh, and close your eyes and breathe. Couple more breaths. And then you're going to release the foot and roll back onto your back, bending the knees. Roll onto the back. Have the feet flat on the floor, knees are bent, hands by your sides. Just adjust to hold here. Just let the spine sink into the floor. Knees can drop in towards one another. And then we're going to come into one last pose before Shavasana. So come to sit up and find your blanket, if you had one, or a cushion, or a couple of cushions. I'm going to use a couple of cushions here. So we're going to come into Supta Baddha Konasana to finish. Now, if you like this pose, feel free to stay in it. When I guide you into Shavasana, you can stay here if you love this. If you think you might want to stay here, then you might want to grab your blanket, your eye bags, whatever you want to use. So you're going to, if you're using a blanket, roll it. So it's not like a tight roll. It's a nice soft. It wants to feel soft. If you're using cushions, don't let them be too big, quite small ones like this. So you're just giving yourself a bit of a cushioning behind you, really. You're then going to bring the soles of the feet together and just pull the feet back in as far as you can. If this is going to feel really strong in the inner thighs, a couple more cushions under your knees would be good, or you can just not have the feet so close. You could push the feet away, so that's going to take the pressure off the inner thighs. But if you can, bring the feet right in. You're then going to just guide yourself back onto your cushions or your blankets so you feel really comfy. You could place another pillow under your head. Like I say, you could have pillows under your knees, and then you're either just going to bring your hands onto your body. Perhaps you want the hands on the belly or the heart or down into the hips. Or if you want to have that lovely feeling of surrender in the pose, take the arms out with the palms up. Close your eyes, have your chin tucked in. So try not to let the head be too far back. Just tuck the chin in a little bit so the neck's nice and long. And just let yourself really release into this one. Surrender into it. Let the breath lengthen out, smooth and slow. Feel that you can take full Deep breaths in, filling the lungs to full capacity, but do it slowly. Don't let it be strong and powerful. Let it be slow. Deep breaths. Just noticing the thoughts, catching them as they come and as they go. Just watching them. Feel as though you're an observer of your thoughts. You don't have to get caught up in them. You don't even have to believe in them. You could just notice your thoughts and think that they're complete nonsense. You don't have to get involved. It's good to keep questioning the thoughts in the mind and having an awareness of them rather than feeling that we are them. So if you're enjoying this pose, Supta Baddha Konasana, feel free to stay here. You don't have to move, you could stay. But if you feel that you need to move, you need to stretch, bring the knees back together and walk your feet out as far as the sides of the mat. So knees are locked in together, feet are out to the side. We're then just going to do a little windscreen wiper movement to twist, drop the knees to the right and then drop over to the left. So feet are flat on the floor as you move side to side. That will just ease out a little bit. And then we're going to roll over to the left side because the left side is our yin side. It's our soothing, mood, calming side. So we'll just roll to the left. Take your cushions or your blankets and push them out the way. So they're gone. And then roll back onto your back. Hug your knees into your chest for a moment. And then we'll come to Shavasana. So take the legs long. Like I say, you could have just stayed where you were. You didn't have to move. If you're moving into Shavasana, legs are long, feet are slightly apart. Check you're aligned. Bring the hands to the sides or again, leave them on the body. Close your eyes again. Make sure you've got everything you need to be comfortable for 10 more minutes or so. If you want to put something under your knees, you can, cushion, or if the back's feeling a little bit sore, then maybe knees bent. You could come back into that position with the knees locked in, feet out to the side. That's a nice way to relax while supporting your lower back. And just finding your breath here. Finding your inhale And your exhale. Sinking into the floor. And say to yourself, I am relaxed. I allow myself to relax. Say to yourself, my body is strong. My body is healthy. I can relax, knowing that my body is strong. Say to yourself, my body is capable. My body keeps me in balance. My immune system is strong enough. I can relax knowing that my immune system is strong. Say to yourself, I look after myself by staying positive. I practice self-care by thinking positive thoughts. I keep my mind strong, which keeps my body strong. I fill my heart with happy, joyful emotions and feelings every day. I spend time every day allowing loving thoughts to flow through me. I focus on happy memories from the past and positive hopes for the future. This is how I keep my body strong. This is how I keep my immune system healthy. I can relax, knowing that my body is ready to fight if it needs to. I am relaxed. I allow myself to relax. Bringing awareness back into the body. Into the fingers, into the toes. Start to bring movement into your fingers, into your toes. And have a stretch, reach the arms up above the head, stretch, 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 stretch. And then hug the knees into the chest. And we're going to roll to the left side, so just rolling over to your left, the side of the heart, the yin, moon, feminine. This side will keep you calm and help you move into a restful evening and a good night's sleep, I hope. And you're going to gently come up to sit, bringing the hands together at the heart. Bring the hands together, keep the eyes closed a little longer. We're going to finish with the mantra Om Ma. So a deep inhale for Om and then a deep inhale for Ma. So inhale. Om. Ma. And start to rub the hands together. Just build up some heat in your palms. Place your hands over your eyes. Let them sit there a moment. Enjoy the darkness. And then let in a little light and blink the eyes open. And bring the hands down when you're ready. Namaste.